Welcome to our channel. Today, folks, we're diving into the murky, shark-infested waters of the internet. No, we're talking about something far more sinister: digital arrest scams. These cybercriminals prey on people's fear and confusion to steal their hard-earned money. They use official-looking emails, fake websites, and even spoofed phone numbers to make themselves seem legit. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to break down the most common tactics these digital con artists use, and more importantly, how you can avoid becoming their next victim. Because nobody wants to explain to their bank that they accidentally wired their life savings to a guy named Officer Bitcoin in exchange for avoiding arrest for a crime they didn't commit. That's a conversation best avoided. Trust me on that one. Our first stop on this delightful tour of digital deception is the classic phone scam. Picture this. You're at home, enjoying a cup of tea and a biscuit, when suddenly the phone rings. You answer, and a stern voice on the other end says, "This is Officer Hardcastle from the Serious Crimes Unit. There's a warrant out for your arrest." They'll often say you've missed jury duty, have unpaid taxes, or even that your social security number has been used in a crime. And just when you're about to have a full-blown panic attack, they hit you with the kicker. But don't worry. You can clear your name by paying a fine immediately. Real law enforcement agencies will never demand immediate payment over the phone, especially not in iTunes gift cards. So if you ever get a call like this, take a deep breath, hang up the phone, and remember, you're smarter than that. It's probably just some bored scammer in their pajamas trying to make a quick buck. Moving on from the auditory assault of phone scams, let's talk about their equally insidious cousin: fake emails and messages. These emails often come adorned with official-looking logos, fancy letterheads, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin. They might claim to be from the IRS, the FBI, or even Interpol, basically any organization that sounds vaguely intimidating. And just like their phone-wielding counterparts, these emails will try to scare you into action. They might say you're under investigation, have an outstanding warrant, or that your online activity has raised some red flags. Check the sender's email address. Does it look legit? Or does it read like something a cat walked across a keyboard to create? Hover over any suspicious links without clicking to see where they actually lead. Remember, legitimate organizations don't communicate through threatening emails. So, if you get one of these digital red flags, don't panic, delete it, mark it as spam, and move on with your life. Social media, the digital town square where we share pictures of our lunch, argue about politics, and occasionally stumble upon videos of cats riding Roombas. It's also, unfortunately, a playground for scammers looking to make a quick buck off unsuspecting users. Social media provides the perfect environment for these digital con artists. It's easy to create fake profiles, impersonate real people, and spread misinformation. So how do these social media savvy scammers operate? They might send you a direct message claiming to be from a government agency, a law firm, or even a long-lost relative who just so happens to have passed away and left you a fortune. But here's the thing. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Remember, social media is a bit like a public restroom. It's best to proceed with caution and wash your hands thoroughly afterwards. Chapter 4. Unsolicited legal trouble. When ignorance isn't bliss. Let's talk about a scenario that should always, and I mean always, set off alarm bells. Unsolicited contact claiming you're in legal trouble. Imagine this: you're going about your day, blissfully unaware that you're apparently a wanted criminal mastermind. Then, out of the blue, you get a call, email, or even a knock on the door from someone claiming to be from a law enforcement agency or a law firm. They'll tell you you've done something terrible, something you have absolutely no recollection of doing. Legitimate legal authorities don't operate like this. They have this little thing called due process, which usually involves things like warrants, court summons, and, actual evidence. So, if someone contacts you out of the blue claiming you're in legal hot water, don't panic. Instead, hang up, delete the email, or politely tell them to get lost. Then, contact the relevant authorities yourself, using official contact information to verify the legitimacy of the claim. Chapter 5. Pay up or face the music. The urgency trap. One of the most common tactics employed by digital arrest scammers is the use of urgency and fear to pressure their victims into making rash decisions. They'll paint a vivid picture of the consequences of non-payment jail time, hefty fines, even the possibility of having your assets seized. But here's the thing. Legitimate legal matters don't have a buy now or face the consequences button. So, if someone is demanding immediate payment to avoid arrest or other legal action, that's a major red flag. Legitimate authorities will give you time to consult with an attorney, gather evidence, and understand your rights. Chapter 6. Gift cards and Bitcoin, the scammer's currency of choice. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Specifically, how digital arrest scammers get their grubby little hands on yours. These days, scammers are all about that sweet, sweet gift card life. They'll demand payment in iTunes vouchers, Amazon gift cards, even those prepaid Visa cards you find at the grocery store checkout. Then there's cryptocurrency, the digital Wild West of finance. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, you name it. If it's volatile, unregulated, and makes you sound like you're speaking in code, scammers love it. They'll give you a long, convoluted explanation about how it's the only way to transfer funds securely and anonymously, but don't be fooled. So here's the golden rule. If anyone demands payment in gift cards or cryptocurrency, especially in connection with a supposed legal matter, run for the hills. It's a scam. Plain and simple. Protect your money and stay vigilant. Chapter 7. No paper trail, no peace of mind, demands for silence. One of the most telling signs you're dealing with a digital arrest scammer is their aversion to anything resembling a paper trail. They operate in the shadows, relying on verbal threats, vague accusations, and a distinct lack of any official documentation. These scammers will often refuse to provide you with any written proof of the allegations against you. They might say it's a matter of national security, that the case is highly sensitive, or that revealing any information would jeopardize the investigation. And here's why. A written record is their kryptonite. It creates evidence, it establishes accountability, and it gives you something concrete to show to the authorities if you need to report the scam. So if someone claiming to be from a law enforcement agency or a law firm refuses to provide you with written documentation of the allegations against you, that's a major red flag. Demand to see a warrant, a court summons, or any official correspondence. And if they continue to stonewall you, it's time to end the conversation and report the scam. In the digital age, it's easier than ever to impersonate someone else, to create fake identities, and to spin elaborate webs of deception. That's why it's more important than ever to be vigilant, to question everything, and to verify the source of any information. These scammers are getting increasingly sophisticated. They use technology to mask their true identities, to make their websites look official, and to mimic the phone numbers of legitimate organizations. So how can you protect yourself? Well, for starters, don't just take their word for it. Verify their identity with official contact information. A legitimate representative will provide their name and badge number. Remember, a little skepticism can protect you from digital scams. In the digital age, personal information is the new currency. It's what makes the online world go round, and it's what makes us vulnerable to scammers and identity thieves. Your personal information is like the keys to your digital kingdom. You wouldn't just hand those keys over to anyone, would you? Scammers want you to do just that. They'll trick you into revealing sensitive information. So, how can you protect yourself? Be wary of unsolicited requests for personal information. Legitimate organizations will never ask for your passwords or bank details via email. Stick to trusted websites and be wary of suspicious links. Look for the padlock icon in the address bar. Double-check the URL to ensure it's legitimate. By taking these precautions, you can keep your digital life secure. Digital arrest scammers are masters of manipulation. They know how to push your buttons, how to exploit your fears, and how to make you act against your better judgment. They thrive on chaos, they feed on panic, and they count on you losing your cool. That's why one of the most important things you can do to protect yourself is to stay calm. Easier said than done, right? Especially when someone is threatening you with arrest, legal action, or financial ruin. But here's the thing. Scammers rely on your fear to cloud your judgment. They want you to act impulsively, to make rash decisions, and to hand over your money or personal information without thinking twice. So, the next time you find yourself on the receiving end of a suspicious phone call, email, or message, take a deep breath and remember, don't panic, it's probably a scam. Staying calm and collected is your best defense against digital arrest scams. So there you have it, folks. The dark underbelly of the internet exposed. We've explored the murky world of digital arrest scams, from the classic phone call to the social media slide-in and everything in between. Remember, these scams prey on fear, confusion, and a lack of awareness. But by staying informed, by being vigilant, and by trusting our instincts, we can avoid becoming their next victims. Stay safe out there, folks, and keep your digital wits about you. Stay informed, stay safe, and happy browsing.